Previously on Battle 360. A new and improved USS Enterprise stormed the Gilbert Islands in a deadly encounter with the Japanese. Now, she's poised to deliver the same brand of punishment to Truk Atoll, one of Japan's largest and most important ports in the Pacific. USS Enterprise, a fighting city of steel. She is the most revered and decorated ship of World War II. On this 360-degree battlefield, where threats loom on the seas, in the skies, and in the ocean depths, the Enterprise's enemies could be anywhere and everywhere. There's nowhere to run when the war is all around you. Battle 360, USS Enterprise, Hammer of Hell. This series is brought to you with limited commercials by the men and women of Enterprise Rent-A-Car. February 15th, 1944. Central Pacific. USS Enterprise is steaming toward the Caroline Islands. She's not alone. On either side of her, stretching nearly as far as the eye can see, are 8 other aircraft carriers, 6 battleships, 10 cruisers, and dozens of destroyers. America's industrial might has finally come up to speed and reinforced the Pacific Fleet with adequate numbers of vessels to face down the enemy. Gone are the days of Enterprise venturing out alone as the only operational U.S. carrier. But while the force she accompanies today is large, it's a force that's facing a potentially cataclysmic battle. 500 miles ahead of these ships, at the heart of the Caroline Islands Group, is Truk Atoll, one of the largest atolls in the Central Pacific. An atoll is an island formation in which a coral reef encircles a lagoon. The reef that rings Truk Atoll is 140 miles long and 33 miles in diameter, creating a massive lagoon that is home to 5 major islands and dozens of smaller ones. This island formation provides a very large and very secure harbor area, and the Japanese Navy typically anchors over 100 ships here.
It was, for the Japanese, one of the most important fleet operating bases that they maintained during the Second World War.
Many compare it to Pearl Harbor.
It had 2 ship anchorage areas, 3 or 4 airfields, machine shops, you name it.
3 of Truk's islands, Moan, Param, and Eden, contain airfields with runways, hangars, and fuel storage facilities. The main island, Dublon, is home to headquarters and communications buildings. To protect these extensive assets, the atoll is bristling with anti-aircraft batteries. Based around weapons like the dual-mounted Type 89 127mm gun. A fearsome aircraft menace, it delivers a 5-inch, 50-pound projectile and can pick off aircraft at altitudes up to 25,000 feet. Carrier aircraft rarely operate above 20,000 feet. Truk's anti-aircraft batteries are on most of the main islands, and a few are even hidden in tunnels burrowed into hillsides. USS Enterprise fighters and bombers will soon face those guns. Enterprise and her massive task force are on a mission. Target, Truk Atoll. Objective, USS Enterprise aircraft will destroy enemy ships at anchor, crater airfields, and explode parked enemy bombers. Strategy, Enterprise fighter planes will gain air superiority. while dive bombers sink enemy ships, and torpedo bombers decimate airfields with contact bombs. The U.S. Navy must neutralize Truk as a bomber base. The Americans have begun an island-hopping campaign to reach Japan, and bombers from Truk can disrupt the strategy.
The faster that we can chew up the Japanese air forces in these regions, the quicker that we can move on, hop to the next island chain, and get closer to the home islands.
But the Japanese, no doubt, will defend Truk ferociously. Assaulting the island fortress is an intimidating prospect for many men on Enterprise.
It's difficult to convey the sort of sinister air that Truk had about it during the first half of the war. Partly that was due to the fact that so little was known about it. The Japanese had occupied Truk for years and years. They had never let any Allied naval observers into this region of the world, and so far as we knew, it was this Central Pacific Rock of Gibraltar, if you will.
The fortified promontory at Gibraltar, of course, is an icon for invincibility. Iowan James Ramage, then a 28-year-old dive bomber pilot, recalls when he first got word of the proposed attack on Truk. He and fellow pilots were conducting their daily workout.
I can remember we were pushing a medicine ball around the flight deck one day, and Air Group Commander came around and he said, "We're going to Truk." And all I could say is, wow, because that was their stronghold, and it was kind of a bogeyman.
February 16th, 1944, 6:45 a.m., morning of the attack. 12 Hellcat fighters launch from aircraft carrier USS Enterprise. The fighters join up with 60 additional Hellcats from other nearby carriers, and the combined force of 72 planes speeds toward Truk Atoll. The Hellcats' mission: gain air superiority. Take out any Japanese Zeros that come up from Truk to meet them. 90 miles southwest, 7:15 a.m. More than 50 enemy fighters take off from airstrips at Truk Atoll. Their mission: intercept and kill the encroaching American fighter planes. The Zero is more maneuverable and has a longer range than the Hellcat. But the American fighter is faster, has better armor and better armament. And most important of all, American pilots are far better trained than their Japanese counterparts by this point in the war. Soon, when enemy meets enemy over Truk's outer coral reef, it's a frantic, murderous aerial clash.
There was all kinds of crazy air combat going on. It must have looked like fly soup up there. And about every 30 seconds or so, you could see a Japanese Zero on fire, steaming straight for the water.